Harley, what kind of activity are you seeing right now?
Yeah, so I'm just looking at if any of your viewers can check this out. It's datastories.shopify.com. We're seeing about $1 million every minute and about 10.6 about 10,000 orders every single minute across the platform as well. And what's interesting is usually when I come on your show, Emily, we talk about the merchant perspective, that for entrepreneurs, Shopify is where you go to start and scale a business. But today, because it's Cyber Monday, let's focus on the consumer side. And what we're seeing across the entire platform is that the center of gravity has shifted definitively from in-store to online. And it's not limited to one particular type of merchant. You're seeing modern DTC brands like Bombas and Beyond Yoga and Gymshark and Allbirds and Parachute. They're doing well. You're seeing large established brands like Stetson and Heinz and Staples and Schwinn Bicycles also do really well on Shopify. But you're seeing these brand new companies like Noble and Daily Paper. And I just went to a store before I jumped on your show, Brunt Workwear. That's a 6-week-old business on Shopify that sold 50 products yesterday alone. So I think what we're seeing is that this is a blueprint for the future of retail.
So what are you expecting over the next days and weeks? Normally there's sort of a big pop over Thanksgiving weekend. The deals calm back down. Are you expecting more of a continuous stream of traffic as we get closer to Christmas?
Yeah, so two major things have changed, and I think we all sort of feel it, and let me put some terms towards it. First of all, this is the year of the conscious consumer. Consumers are now voting with their wallets to support and to buy from independent brands. And they're also looking to buy from brands whose values reflect their own. That's the first thing. The second thing that I think we've seen is that the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, because it's been a weekend for as long as I can remember, is now an entire season. It started a lot longer and it'll continue a lot longer. So despite the fact that we're in this global pandemic, that we've seen this massive acceleration in e-commerce from physical retail, I think what we're seeing is steady state, that the future of retail, that center of gravity, will be online, and Shopify is powering a lot of that.
Have you had any distribution issues? Amazon and some other e-commerce platforms have been experiencing delays. As you said, there are a lot of new small businesses trying to get their products out to the world here. How are the actual pipes working to deliver everything that people are ordering?
Yeah, so a couple of things. I think the consumer, first of all, has been very mindful to ensure they get their Christmas holiday shopping done in advance in anticipation of potential delays. But so far across the million and more stores on Shopify, which effectively is a proxy for all of retail. If you were to pretend that Shopify was a retailer, we're not a retailer, but if you were to pretend we would be the second largest online retailer in America. So it's a pretty good assessment, and we have not seen any delays, not on the supply side and also not on the last mile delivery. But I do think one thing that is changing now is that the merchants on Shopify are being really transparent and allowing these consumers to understand where their packages are, how to anticipate potential delays. But so far, things are moving.
Now, the success of this is kind of a double-edged sword, because a lot of these are small businesses on your platform that, have for years operated with physical storefronts. Does this mean they might be closing their physical doors for good if they can have the same amount of business and success online? Then do they then lose that physical business?
Look, we think the future of retail is retail everywhere. Obviously, that center of gravity will be the online store. But the reason you're hearing Shopify doing deals with companies like TikTok or Walmart.com, where we enable merchants to push products and push advertising on those other platforms, because we think retail is all about where consumers are. And frankly, consumers are everywhere. So I do think it's really important that that is said. Now, what we saw at the beginning of the pandemic was that a lot of the merchants on Shopify that have physical stores, they turn those physical stores into distribution centers. We put out a product within 5 or 6 days of COVID hitting that was all about in-store pickup and local delivery. So I do think there will be a place for physical retail on the other side of this, but that center of gravity is now going to be online indefinitely.